So for this problem, to find the derivative of the trigonometric functions, and these are the different derivatives for the 6 trigonometric functions. Then for this given, to find the derivative, so we have y prime then equals, now take note that always bring down the constant, so 5 then times the derivative of 6x minus 2. So this one is 6. Then times the derivative of tangent, and the derivative of tangent is secant squared. So this is secant squared. Then 6x minus 2. Then simplify. So multiply this 5 and 6. So 5 times 6, this one is 30. Then secant squared, 6x minus 2. So this is now the derivative. Then for this given, so to find the derivative, so we need to evaluate the derivative for every terms. So y prime equals, for this term to find the derivative, so the derivative of 7x minus 3, so this one is 7, then times the derivative of sine, and the derivative of sine is positive cosine, so this is cosine, then 7x minus 3, then minus for this term, so again always bring down the constant, so 2 then times the derivative of 2x, so this one is 2 then times the derivative of cosecant, and the derivative of cosecant is negative cosecant u cotangent u. So this is negative cosecant 2x then times cotangent 2x. Then to simplify, so y prime equals, so multiply. So this is 7, then cosine 7x minus 3. Then for this term, so multiply, so negative 2 times 2, that's negative 4. And negative 4 times negative, so negative times negative, so this becomes positive. Then 4 cosecant 2x times cotangent 2x. So this is now the derivative. Then for this given, to find the derivative, so using the general power rule, so u to the power n, so this is equal to n times u to the power n minus 1 times the derivative of u. So for this given, we need to rewrite. So we need to put this exponent outside. So this becomes sine, then 6x, then to the power 5. Then we can apply now this general power rule. So we have n. N is the exponent. So y prime equals, this is n, then times sine 6x, then we have n minus 1, so 5 minus 1, so this is 4, then times the derivative of u, or the derivative of sine 6x, so the derivative of 6x, this one is 6, then times the derivative of sine, so the derivative of sine is positive cosine, then 6x, then simplify, so y prime equals, so multiply this 5 and 6, so 5 times 6 times cosine 6x, so this becomes 30, then cosine 6x, and from this, so we need to rewrite. So this becomes sine, then to the power 4, 6x. So this is now the derivative. Then for this given, so to find the derivative, so again, using this general power rule, so n times u to the power n minus 1 times the derivative of u. So first, we need to rewrite this given. So put this exponent outside. So this becomes y then equals 7 then times this cotangent 5x minus 2 then quantity to the power 4. Then we can apply now this general power rule. So again, always bring down the constant. So 7 then times. So we have n is the exponent. So that's 4 then times cotangent 5x minus 2 then to the power n minus 1. So 4 minus 1. This one is 3 then times the derivative of u or the derivative of cotangent 5x minus 2. So the derivative of 5x minus 2, this one is 5 then times the derivative of cotangent is negative cosecant squared. So this is negative cosecant squared, then 5x minus 2. Then to simplify, so y prime then equals, so first bring down the constant, then times, so multiply this 4 times 5, this one is 20 times negative, so we have negative 20, then cosecant squared 5x minus 2, then times this cotangent, then to the power 3, 5x minus 2, then multiply this 7 and negative 20, so y prime equals negative 140, then cosecant squared 5x minus 2 times cotangent to the power 3, 5x minus 2. So this is now the derivative. Now for this given, so since we have these two functions and the same angles, then we're going to check if there is an identity. Now take note that multiplying these two functions using this figure, the result is the middle function. So if we have sine times secant, so that is equal to tangent. Then if we have cosine times cosecant, so this is equal to cotangent. Then for tangent times cosecant, so that is equal to secant. So from this given, cosine times tangent, so cosine times tangent, so that is equal to sine. So therefore, we need to rewrite this given using the identity. So y equals, bring down the constant, and again this cosine times tangent is equal to sine, then 3x. Then this time, we can find now or evaluate now the derivative using this function. So I prime equals, again, always bring down the constant, then times the derivative of 3x, that's 3, then times the derivative of sine, that's positive cosine, then 3x. Then to simplify, so this 7 times 3, so this one is 21, then cosine 3x. Then for this given, so again, if given two functions, then we need to check if there is an identity. So if the function is in ratio form, so the identity is the function before this given two function. So if we have sine over cosine, so that is equal to tangent. And if we have cosecant over cotangent, that is equal to secant. Then if we have sine over tangent, that is equal to cosine. Then for secant over cosecant, that is equal to tangent. So from this given, tangent over sine, so tangent over sine, so this function is equal to secant. So we can rewrite the given. So y equals, so bring down the constant, and this is equal to secant x minus 3. Then we can evaluate now the derivative using this equation. So y prime equals, again, bring down the constant, then times the derivative of x minus 3. So this is 1, then times the derivative of secant, so secant u tangent u, or tangent u secant u. So this is secant x minus 3 and tangent x minus 3. Then to simplify, so y prime equals, so multiply, so 2. Then we have secant x minus 3, then times tangent x minus 3. So this is now the derivative. Then for this given, so 4 times sine 5x and cosine 5x. So since the same angles, then for the product of sine and cosine, so we're going to use this double angle identity. Now take note, if we have this given, 5 sine 3x cosine 3x, so to find the identity using this formula, so just divide this number by 2. So this becomes 5 over 2. Then we have sine 2a, or multiply the angle of sine by 2. So this becomes sine, and this 3x multiplied by 2. So this becomes 6x. So this is now the identity for this given. So from this, to find the identity using this double angle identity, so again, divide this number by 2. So this becomes 2. Then sine, multiply this angle by 2, so times 2. So this becomes 10x. So this is now the identity for these functions. Then from this, we can evaluate now the derivative. So we have y prime equals, so again, bring down the constant, then times the derivative of 10x, this one is 10, then times the derivative of sine is cosine, so this is cosine 10x. Then to simplify, so this 2 times 10, this one is 20, then cosine 10x. So this is now the derivative. And for this given, so cosine squared minus sine squared, Since the same angle, then we're going to use the cosine double angle identity. So cosine squared, sine squared. So this is equal to cosine. Then multiply the angle for cosine. So if we have cosine squared 2x minus sine squared 2x. So again, this is equal to cosine. Then multiply this angle by 2. So this becomes 4x. So the identity is cosine 4x. So from this given to find the identity, so this is cosine, then times 2 for the angle. So this becomes 14x. Then from this, so we can evaluate now the derivative. So I prime equals the derivative of 14x. This one is 14. Then times the derivative of cosine is negative sine. So this is negative sine 14x. Then to simplify, so multiply. So this is negative 14. Then sine 14x. So this is now the derivative.